solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Broncos, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Denver Broncos. And help. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. One start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a first-round pick, so there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Back to throw, Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. A gain of 14, first down Commanders. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Samuel in motion. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. On the counter, Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's try to get to that number 1 spot.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Same connection, Dulcich once again. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10. And the Broncos get there and take him down. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Here's Smith to return it. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
A 1st down there for Sutton, and he had over 800 yards for Denver last season. Productive, tall target. The Broncos going to make sure they hang on to despite increased trade interest.
A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Williams. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. The Broncos had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these 2 probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. Oh, and he's going to take this right to the line to gain. Awfully close. But they'll say that he did get the 6 yards he needed. Didn't get much more than that, but it works all the same. 1st down. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 16. Following the fumble recovery, Howell flush, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Give him 8, maybe 9, but they're still left with a 3rd and long upcoming. And Howell will throw it. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver's offense ready to go again. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now it's Stidham. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw right there they want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
A give to Williams, running right. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Out of the gun, Stidham. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other. To throw is Stidham. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 30 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. That's caught left side by Judy. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Williams will try again. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Marr able to put this one through. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the Washington offense heading out. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Powell. Complete. It's Dotson. We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout, Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. 2nd down. Howell back to pass. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. So the completion good for 6 yards. And 3rd and 1 now. Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Powell, he'll look to throw it. Short throw to the tight end Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 16-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st down, Howell to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Stidham off play action. Over the middle complete. It's Williams. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a Broncos 1st down as the tackle made at the 26-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Stidham's throw taken in by Sutton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Stidham. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Stidham to throw. Short throw caught by Dosich. And he will have the Broncos first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. They go back to the ground with Williams. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
3rd and 1, Stidham. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well. It's down inside the 20. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Stidham first down in the red zone. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here. Here's Stidham. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Al now to throw it as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing here, Howell. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. And they've got the lead right now here, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Raiders. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The 6 DBs on the field for Washington on third down. Now Stidham. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Now try to pick it up on third. Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And Howe will throw it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Howe. Short throw there, caught by Thomas. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Gibson. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay at a 7-point game. I guess I got to hand it to him. That was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Denver's offense now set to go. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Now it's Stidham. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A very nice pickup at 33 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense set to take over. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Gibson again. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
they are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded at the 33. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point. The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Howell. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living in the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Howell from the gun. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 23. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down, Stidham to throw. It's complete to Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to...
There he goes, left side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 34 yards there and a first down. They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Once more, Gibson. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll go play action. Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 34 yards. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. But not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner, look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
They go play action now. Stidham. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side.
Stidham looking to escape, but he'll go down. They got him. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
That's the Chase Young we all saw coming out of Ohio State, and no one's questioning the potential of the 2020 Rookie of the Year. The key for him, staying on the field. Health makes this a crucial year for his future in D.C.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .51 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 96 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Howell. This pass hauled in by Dotson. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. initially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And the pressure gets to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Powell out of the shotgun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Powell's throw into the hands of McLaurin. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Denver. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. He's going to get it again, just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Again, here's P-Ryan. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, of course, in a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good.